Well, greetings, hello, and welcome, John Mary. How's it going? Good to have you. I think my microphone might be a smidgen loud there, eh? Intro music's so good. It just takes me back every time, eh? I never know what to listen to while we're streaming, though. Let's try again the in-game music, because one of these has got to be, like, the one, right? Let's try Cloud Lounge. It could be kind of chill, right? Well, how we doing? Welcome in. Nah, that might be too chill. I just don't get, like, they nailed it in Cities 1, but it's hard to find Cities 1 soundtrack anywhere. That's all right. Oh, my heaven to Betsy, this game. Addicting, fun, beautiful. Has some more content coming. They have another one of those Word of the Weeks out today. Dev Diary. Man, Orlando, what's up, dude? Yeah, the console thing, eh? It's like, it's good that they at least canceled with a refund. If they were still kind of parked on everyone's money, having that, like, earn interest, and they're just kind of like, well, we're making bank right now. The Porsche thumbnail playlist on YouTube. That gets re-uploaded every once in a while. That one's a hard-to-find playlist as well, eh? Yo, let's put a little bit more effort into our small town, but there's quite a bit to do today, as there always seems to be. And just to kind of fill you all in, I just added one extra lane in some traffic testing here. And so that's one lane now, that's 2 lanes. That's just better. I like this game, though. But yeah, it's not a word of the week, but it's like the update from Ice Flake. They put out another one today. And that one's in regards to modding. Which is like, no problems with that, you know? So mods and assets are getting like a better experience soon. And they're already great, so like, okay. That's exciting. This game is having its like come up, but is it too little too late, you know? You could like write an essay on this. I happen to like this game. I imagine you do too if you're here watching, but you know. You never know sometimes, especially in this economy, right? Oh man, Orlando, I'm happy to hear that, eh? I gotta start doing some videos for Skylines 2, and I have this like wild thought of Project Zomboid starter series. I'm gonna test the waters on that, and I'm debating like on a separate channel or not, but I might just go for it over here. I've noticed some like random spillover between the Skylines people, like the player base, and like the, you know, the watch base or whatever. This is pretty weird. If we got rid of that, there we go. Listen, if you got console, the only thing you should be excited for right now is Grand Theft Auto, right? Okay, terrible habit of just building and building and building roads only, never zoning. You gotta stop that, eh? Zomboid, I don't know about the console, like, progression or whatever, but it is, like, controller-friendly for PC. So that has, like, in air quotes, some possibility. I don't see why that wouldn't be able to make its way to console eventually. It has a lot of, like, controller-friendly, you know, like things added to a quality of life, like a long hold versus like a simple click of a button will have like a different action. Yeah, that's not so bad, eh? Kind of avoid the Amazon warehouse. No, this is not a data center. I almost forgot what was in there, eh? Yeah, I feel like just like a new player guide straight from the beginning. Like you just bought Zomboid, now what do you do? And then, I don't know, I feel like I want to try maybe making a map for this game. Now that the map editor and stuff and, like, assets are getting a bit of a bump, eh? GTA could be good, dude. GTA could be good. I'm, like, waiting for it on, PC, though, officially. I own not one of these fancy console machines. I make the argument, if you're going to buy a console, why not invest in a gaming laptop? And if you're buying an Xbox, you're basically buying a PC anyway. Why not just buy a PC? And then PlayStation is starting to kind of be like the bad guy. So you got to be careful, you know, getting high hopes for them, right? Okay, that's a, you know, a little bit cleaner. I don't necessarily want these to be the cut-through streets. Just a little bit of zoning help. Otherwise, what a cool small town this is becoming, eh? I am pleased. All right. Let's get some of our zoning going. But anybody among us doing assets mods? You guys, welcome in, eh? Hope you're having a good day. Our goal is to start plugging in some holes here. We've got random, like, just issues with traffic everywhere. We have random unfinished projects. I have, like, oh, you know what? I'll come back around and finish that. We've been kind of doing a lot of that lately, so I want to just circle through the map, just get some stuff done. What does that actually entail? I'll kind of know it when I see it, but that is kind of the theme for today. Fill in some gaps. Staying hydrated. You know, absolutely just myriad over coffee. Still think that's great, eh? Yeah, I can't believe coffee. Like, the amount of stuff we've invented. Like, coffee right up there, eh? I do like, though, that we're kind of entering a period of, like, there's too many games, not enough time again. That seems to come and go, but Rockstar releases are pretty special. And they do kind of, like, shape the industry a bit, too, right? All right, just some casual blanket zoning, and I've been doing such a, like, job of trying to keep the houses all facing the same way. What if we just broke that for a few of the neighborhoods, eh? Why not? Make this look more approachable, too. But starting with a small town, what are we missing? Besides a lot of stuff. No, like, things like, you know, how is the education? Now that the town has grown a little bit, like, how are the police and how are the services? We do have some buses. Like, we're getting around. Made a lot of connections, so traffic's not fantastic. Like, would we benefit from maybe scaling some of those back, right? Are you needing to be a traffic light? Bob is your uncle. These are the questions, right? Yeah, these are kind of things that are plaguing the city here. So just stare at some stuff, think about things. Maybe give these guys an extra lane. And if you have games you're looking forward to, you guys let me know, eh? I'll live vicariously through you all. Super Tech, what up, man? Oh, we just talked about PC, funny enough, eh? The new player guide for YouTube. I have a desire to try it. I have the desire. So I do remember us looking at things like the high school and whatnot, but did we nail it? Are there enough of them? We kind of breezed over it. Okay, so classic elementary school. Definitely want one of those over here. This song kind of sounds like a cute little bop. Okay, there's a little clinic, which is cute. Nurse's office. CT, what up, man? CT, not too bad. I just feel like the flames of creativity have been lit. And so, like, the stew is starting to boil. Or soup or whatever. My analogies suck, eh? I'm feeling creative. But that outlet sometimes is hard to harness, you know? Alright, cute. Okay, let's give these guys a little parking lot for the staff. Make that feel a bit more convincing. Yeah, it's like, who's the, the George R. Martin guy or whatever, right? Like, how do you just sit down and be creative? He's had so much time to do it, so... Sometimes it's hard. You just can't, like, sit down and be like, clap, clap, creativity mode on, you know? But I'm, if nothing else, I'm just gonna get, like, the hard drive space allocated, get caught up a little bit on the thumbnails today. I'm starting to feel like we need more YouTube stuff, you know? YouTube is fun. YouTube is the way. Gotta get a little bit more people, back drinking the Kool-Aid, as it were. So if you guys are, like, watching the series, like, afterwards, you made it this far, that really does mean a lot to me, eh? And you guys just coming into the stream today. Even if you're just, like, for a few minutes, what's up? Good to have you. How we doing? All this is just helpful. I really appreciate it. So onwards and upwards, you know? Irish, you are absolutely not, dude. You're never out of it. Especially if the attitude is right. Yo, what up, dude? Man, I just wish we lived in a world where I could just zone a park. Like, oh, as an option, eh? Oh my gosh. The revolution of the assets and mods is, like, right around the corner. Which I can't quite picture. Like, they're talking about trying to make it, like, a lot better, but... I don't know what that really means, though. Because the assets and whatnot seem really fun and... I just looked this morning. There's like 28,000? 27? There's a lot. There's more than I thought there were. You paid premium for the year. Ad-free. Well. I think I have it set up this way, but I'm a little bit of a newbie. But what's kind of fun for, like, YouTube versus Twitch, you have the ability to turn off ads for the sake of your live stream not getting interrupted. And then when the stream is over, ads get injected at moments where, like, the viewer count was, like, growing the most or it had the best, like, retention. People were chatting. So it's like a smart system.
This is an emergency.
Oh, we're getting interrupted. Hello?
Citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected.
Well, at least it's not
we
the
citizens to stay
tornado, right?
Until the storm has passed.
That's kind of nifty. I think, like, YouTube's catching up on the viewer experience, right? Oh, that's lovely. I like that more for the school element, eh? Yeah, that's cute. All right, throw in some trees. That's a really cute little school. Well, job well done. I was looking to add a nice little bit of panache, and here we are, eh? Super Tech, I would probably say that's due to the helicopter event that happened yesterday. Get me all addicted to some Zomboid here, eh? Yeah, how's the Skylines journey, though, going? Like, I haven't really been asking you guys much about that. It's all about me, you know? Sorry, Jedi, we're kind of used to it. Oh, okay. Pardon me, I have, like, no voice still. It's like the wildfires just continue to burn. I kind of feel like a little bit, like, under the weather almost, you know? So, apologies, but I just figured we'd still stream, you know what I mean? Oh, and then some of you guys, that was cool. We tuned in for, we had some Manor Lords content. We did a stream of that last Friday, just to mix it up. Sorry for one of those people. I appreciate that. Now, this is really cool, eh? I downloaded this for the waterfront. I'm going to put the day-night cycle on, because this is going to look wicked. It's got some purple neon lighting. It's such a beautiful item, but... Oh, can you imagine? Like, making this into an actual bridge. I know we just suddenly jumped over to here. I just saw this asset and thought of it, but... I don't want to joke too much, but people always are like, do you have ADHD? And it's like, oh gosh, maybe I do, eh? Anyway. Something to actually be functional would be a lot of fun. And we do want boats coming in here, I think. Yeah, who's still playing Skylines? Or just watching, or just coming here for the vibe? Maybe that's where this can be. Oh gosh, no. Okay, so I used to connect to a road on either side. Yeah, that's not really where that goes. Alright, well, maybe come back to that. But that's kind of a cool asset, though. Maybe that can go over top of the waterfall. our little dam system. Wow, citywide they felt that. Please, Mr. Mayor, that one was very nice. All right, well, new zoning's coming in. That's looking nice. That one's school. Pretty bangerang. We'll have to build towards it. And this is a nice building. And just to kind of, like, really beef up, we're only just barely making, like, some of the levels here. And that's kind of, like, a nice transition for some density there, too. Maybe a little bit of French assets just to kind of get something that kind of feels in the same theme as this. Yeah, I think for Friday, not to be like all over the place here, but maybe we continue the Manor Lords a little bit. I think it's a fair question, too. Manor Lords, you guys having fun? You checking that one out? That one also was extremely, like, wish-listed for, like, a hot minute and then just disappeared. Frederick, yo, what's going on, dude? Manor Lords would be cool. Did you check out, we had the VOD from last Friday. A little bit chaotic in a fun way. Okay, where are my French assets? Let's try some of this. I did see the last stream? Okay, attaboy. Yeah, well, I almost continued that one this morning. Alright, before I zone too much of this, let's see how this looks when it comes in. I need a Manor Lords for Dummies guide. Yeah, same, dude. Same. Oh, Lord. No, I just feel like that game needs a little bit more development. It might be the patch right now to try that. But it's kind of like Skylines, right? Like, how do you make something feel convincingly real when the game is, like, jankified? Your strategy goes out the window so quickly. But I think we're there. So, I could try to do that for you there, buds. We did try before when the game was brand new. Built myself in a little bit of a corner. CK3, that'll be on stream on Twitch at some point soon with a big playthrough with the friend group. What's that white building you built? Yeah, give me 1 second. I will look off the top of my head. I don't remember. Let me just sneak in just a little bit more housing back here if I can, eh? Gang, what's up, man? Okay, the white building I just placed. Like this one right here, you mean? This one is an Amazon warehouse, if that's what you mean. No data center. No need to... Don't report me, please. I'm not the problem. We didn't take over the small town. We pay well here. I hope. You monster. Is this a new city? No, just continuing on. We be continuing on, my friend. Try that again here. Yeah, we're just in the small town, just in the top left of the city. I'm not sure like what direction really to call it, right? But if you zoom out, you can kind of see like cities over there. You can see it. Just kind of filled in this map of ours, but just so many like blank spots. And so I'm just trying to like go through the city Just keep the casual conversation going. I'm in a chatty mood today. Even though my poor voice is not there. You guys can, like, Google the wildfires. It's pretty bad and unfortunate. Okay. So you get your own little parking inside. And then you guys can have just hopefully a smidgen more zoning. There we go. Perfect. Oh, cute. I like CK3 a lot. There's a really just like slew of really good Paradox titles that just baffle me that I've tried, and I'm like, oh, for heaven's sake, you need like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours just to like navigate the menu almost, it feels like, eh? Like CK3, Europa Universalis, or like Europa 4, whatever it is. Silver, what's up, dude? Silver, I have actual thoughts, eh? I've come up with some things. We can go right there, a little parquet probably, eh? Oh, adorable. Yep. Adorable, dude. Oh, yep. Otherwise, silver she goes, eh? I'm feeling creative today. Feeling chatty, feeling creative, feeling good. I hope you're well today, dude. That hopefully gets covered by the house, because that little block of concrete, eh? Who are you trying to do? Turn my day late, but it's still a start. Dude, I, like, sat down early to get ready for the episode and get everything, like, going. And I booted the game up, and I was literally lost in the game trying to fix traffic. And I look up, and I was like, oh, I'm 2 minutes late. I was like, oh, no. I was just solving traffic right here. And it worked. I can stare at this forever now. Yeah, I don't know, man. Time she moves, eh? She waits for no one. I like that. It just keeps on going. Like, the world just doesn't stop, eh? A very Jedi. Bonus points for it being a roundabout. Wow. Words. Okay. Well, yeah, coming along. This is very cute. The French stuff, that looks nice, especially with that one just popping in. That's giving the Netherlands a run for its money. I wish these lined up better, though. Darn it, eh? Oh, you're killing me, Smalls. Dom, what up, dude? Lost in traffic. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. This game does provide what you hope for when you play it, which is like that distraction. And you just get literally lost in it. Like, I'm playing this for the escape. Like, I'm building the city. We're just doing it together, but that's kind of a cool thought, though, right? Our little escape. I'll put the Netherlands in there just to kind of hide a bit more of that. Okay. Did I mess up the zoning on this? Somehow I did, eh? Darn it. Almost be worth it to get another side road back here. Oh, just like not enough. Unless I... Oh, dude. What a tease, eh? You know what we could do? We could shuffle the road slightly up and then shrink those two backyards just for the sake of trying to fill this in a bit better. I don't want these things to feel like intimidating and like unapproachable, because then I'm not going to want to do them. And I've mentioned that like a few times here. If you leave these little projects, they start to kind of like creep up on you. These 5-minute tasks, you know, you suddenly have too many of them. It's like not what you want, but if a task takes 5 minutes, just get her done. Get her done, buds. There we go. And this way we still have room for some trees, which is cute. Yeah, our goal, if you're just joining us, we want to fill in some more blanks. The city's got a ton of them. And we've missed out a little bit, I think, again, on like this cycle of office demand. You maybe heard me mention that like over the course of a few episodes, but if we build a really strong, well, if we build a very strong, like word salad today, if you have a strong base of education at every level, people inherently will take advantage of it. And the smarter your people are, the less crime they're going to want to commit because they've got the things they want. They shouldn't really be like jealous and stealing and all that, you know? It should be like philanthropy and all that. So we want to get our people to that status. And then if we can get office towers starting to like dominate the skyline, which is happening, they transfer office products back and forth, and we just make so much money from that process. So great way to get rich, and then we can invest that money in services, and then the city suddenly is like Geneva. I think you know the drill, though. That's cute. I love Mega Store Simulator. I'm playing a lot because of how big balcony is and where escalators are. Kind of like making a mall or like one big department store. I switched my store to a Walmart style of build. Oh, that's kind of cool. But like a TNT. I have a TNT nearby, dude. I shop there. I love it. All right. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. I haven't tried that one yet, eh? Okay, just a little bit of mixed right here. Otherwise, rather cute just for a little bit of planning there, eh? And then this can be like a tree corridor. Don't set it down. Put it away. I'm so bad for that. But moving in with Panda, though, I've been trying to like be better at that. Otherwise, my desk would be like 10x covered in like stuff. Okay, well, that should be like maybe a little walking path. There you go. Yeah, devs are planning on letting us in future move escalators. Okay. Right now they're static though. Huh. I like those kind of games, like the Mall Tycoon and those kind of sims. Oh, a little fig tree. Oh, cute. Actually, you know what we should do? Is a little apple tree. Yep. Okay, so that comes down. Excellent. Small town gritting itself up. Looking good, though. So, yeah, that's an elementary school and a high school over here. So that's not terrible. And we have our cute little college. And it's getting around. But I maybe want to put one more high school down just to be safe here. You a high school? That's elementary.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is passed.
Okay, well, let me zone housing in here, and then we can circle back around towards the end of the episode. But let's start making the laps, eh? Let's start making the laps here.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens. A heavy storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected. Citizens are
Speaking
advised
of
to remain
crops
indoors
farming too.
until
Yeah,
the
just like
situation
literally checking all
passes.
boxes today. All right, well, zone her up. And I got a couple car dealerships. We can just literally do it all. I feel this like desire to do too much, I think, you know, in the episodes. Is this Sims 4 music? No, it's in-game radio. It is in-game radio, and it's pretty charming. Finally found one I can kind of like vibe with, you know? Does have a Sims menu though, doesn't it? All right, drink some coffee. Okay, I think one more block of this French because it looks really pretty. Oh, French mixed. Ooh, interesting. Maybe one more of the, oh no, French low rent. Okay, looking beautiful. Great new addition. Definitely a jump up when it comes to the services. Happy with that. I think we'll start with education, but let's just start going through the board here. And so this part of the city is due for a nice big, like medium density push, especially along this angle. And then maybe along like that road there. Might be able to sneak a few more houses in, but I think near the metro should also be a bit more high density. But we can connect some more roads here, and we can put in a school to kind of be like, oh, this neighborhood's attractive. Also, randomly, friends, my internet over the last couple days have had some weird, like, connection problems. If you guys are in Canada and you're on, like, any major carrier, you kind of know what I mean. It's been kind of wishy-washy, so...
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news
I was like,
bulletin.
oh my gosh, is this stream going down? If the stream just happens to go down randomly, we'll bring her back up.
We urge citizens to
I didn't really
stay
plan that far
inside
ahead yet,
until
but
the
just in
storm is
case, eh?
passed.
Okay, it looks a little bit crooked, but... what angle do I need to be at for that? Let me start from down here. Could also just get a road that goes up from this one. Or go from here into there. Nice. And that's a little bit of room for parking. Perfect. Do you have DHL and UPS? I have some custom shipping stuff, yes. I don't remember which ones exactly, though, but trucks and facilities, I believe, are in here. I'm a big fan of the custom assets that make the city feel more, like, real, because you can recognize a bit better some of the stuff, you know? And the workshop kind of helps, like, cross that gray area where, like, the Skylines people can't really make a UPS, you know? There. Much better. Okay, Southwest High School. We put that in the small town. Is a very, very big asset, which is cool, but maybe too big for what we're up to right now. Also a little bit too big. French High School looks very pretty. I believe we've put that down, though, like, not too far from where we are. That's cute there, though, isn't it? Not enough room on the second floor, main floor in Megastore Sim, to make a TNT style start, because usually they're huge. The one near me is only one story, but there's one off the highway near, like, the IKEA that's, like, a multi-story, and it's built over top of, like, a parking garage. So it looks like a super-sized building from the outside. Alright, let's give them a little sports field there, buds. Man, we had a baseball diamond near my high school. We had to run for it, though. I had the same gym teacher, like, periodically over high school. We had a few that were just, like, outstanding. But he always pushed us. Mr. Hutton. Shout out if you're listening somehow. Mr. Hutton always pushed us for excellence and excellence in each other. It was such a good thing. Like, support each other because you're like a team. And so we would run from my high school all the way to, like, the park down the, you know, a few blocks away just to be able to get, like, enough time in for a baseball game. It was dorky and fun. You want that kind of stuff from the teachers. I'll let people do the crazy turns if there's, like, maybe the ability to pull it off. Otherwise, that does feel a little bit sketchy. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, here we are doing school stuff, right? So I guess I'm on this thought right now, but a good teacher is genuinely worth their weight. Like, holy moly, eh? Like, I'm sure all of you in chat can remember, like, one teacher, positive or negative, my goodness, eh? That just, like, affected you. So the power they have, you hope for it to be positive, right? But, you know, you could have encountered someone that was negative that, you know, made you want to make some change happen. You know, sorry you're having a salty day, but... Alright, well, that's cute. Alright, so yeah, a little bit more sports stuff, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make here. Give the kids something to do. Ah, yeah, there you go. And that just fits, too. Wild. Dads want you to build a Walmart-style store? Well, it's a shame they don't give you more, like, sandbox stuff, but it's early access, you know, there might be more game modes coming. Did you ever play, oh gosh, what was it called? Sim Tower. You ever play that one? Dog activity park. I'll put one of these down nearby. Yeah, that way you can walk Fido and enjoy a bowl game. That's cute.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
A severe hailstorm is approaching.
Is it like the
Damage
time
to
of
crops and
year? Well, I guess
property
it's
is
February.
expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm has passed.
Duncan Plaza in there might look nice. I don't have to finish the road. It can just kind of be like its own dead end. Just like the back way to get into the school. And maybe like a parking lot back here. Maybe by the small town, you could build a custom stadium for football and soccer. I don't remember what we put there, but we do have, I think, a few stadiums down. But they should absolutely get their own sports stuff, eh? Yeah, we could like cul-de-sac that. It doesn't look good, though. Let me zoom back over there in a second and then see what we've got. Because I know for sure we've got the mini version of a lot of stuff, but are there big stadiums, though? I don't know. Have you done any CS2 challenges, like single tile? No, not officially. I never really thought the game was like ready for that stuff, weirdly. The tutorials, all that. The game's just kind of been like a fun vibe check. But it now finally feels ready for like all of that. And I think like an interchange series is what I wanted to try first. Challenges, absolutely. If we get a ball rolling on some momentum, and people are like, you know, there to watch and all that. But we need like that round of like content to kind of get the people back in, or like the new wave coming. Slowly but surely, though. Oh, for me to build my own from scratch. Well, stadiums, I like to plop them, to be honest with you. It makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, where's that? Let's try moving that one slightly here. But just, yeah, little touch-ups, little improvements. That's, again, the theme here. It's kind of going all over the place, but... Here we go. Okay, that already makes me happier. That's nice to look at, even just from like the simple zoom out. Then yeah, let's just see. What do we got for small town really quick? Well, we have like all these open air stadium stuff, which you kind of could make the argument is good for the sports ball. And then we have this arena over there, but not like an official. Like close but no cigar, you know what I mean? Yeah, we could maybe sneak a little stadium in here, eh? And then if we were to try making our own from scratch, how would that really work, right? Does PC still have the Herbalist book? I believe so, but it might be under a different name. Okay, I don't know which one we haven't used. I think we used that one. Yeah, all the good stadiums have been used downtown already. It's this guy right here, eh? Arrowhead Stadium. That's so cool. That might be the one. Wow. Uh-oh. Did traffic cabork itself in here? Oh, my days. Oh, they've done it. Those crazy sons of guns. They've completely gridlocked themselves. Well, I mean, we'll get here eventually. The industry port area is a long ways away. Oh, for Pete's sake. This game is literally about trying to stay focused on one task and just proving that it's impossible. The human condition. You just want to wander and explore and journey and see. I was not meant to be shackled down in one intersection only. Yeah, there's the stadium. How big is this one? Oh, that's wild. That is actually wild. The thing about this, though, is if we were to place this here, like, this is now effectively, like, this is the downtown. The reason why you come to this, like, we've gone so hard on, like, you have to come watch sports ball here. Otherwise, like, I don't think it wants to live there. It can't really be too close to the mine, because then it's kind of like, well, that's not exactly nice for business. And then we have this beautiful, like, unclaimed downtown quadrant here that could be anything it wants it to be. Then we can also make, like, a faux wall and then block off part of this, like, you know, loud industrial part, right? Huh. Well, you guys being here right now, this is kind of one of those moments where, like, thanks for being in the stream. Your input is valuable. What do you think, eh? Because my thought is we delete this. I feel like I'm already starting to do it. You know, get a couple of these roads out of here. And then just put that in, and then just build the road box around it. Ponder on that for 1 second while I do school stuff over here. Looks good. I think that's the play, right? Okay, let me chuck in an elementary school. You guys have until that to make up your mind. But I think that is the play. If you're to ask me for my 2 cents. And this wall-to-wall, I don't mind them. They just feel too claustrophobic sometimes, though. Especially when they just suddenly scale down. Well, super text voting for yes. Anybody else like a wedding? I speak now or forever hold your peace. Maybe this just goes to the parking lot and then that's it. In theory, you can go through the parking lot. Also, no problem if you want to just sit back and watch, but do not be afraid to jump in and give your 2 cents. Always appreciate a second set of eyes. I saw a small stadium. Did not have lines on the field. In the city already placed? I'm having deja vu with this conversation. I feel like we've seen a few, eh? Like the running track nearby, right? I'm just gonna chuck that there. For cutesy realism. Oh, that's too funny. That's too funny. Maybe they're rivals. I didn't realize how close that actually was. That's okay. Oh, son of a bee sting. No, that's okay. This is kind of why I want a bit more, like, variety to the assets. A lot of schools would definitely have the same style of, like, you know, American football field, right? So. What is this one? No, it's just too big, I think. Hockey rink is so cool. Like, absolutely Canadiana. I love that. And that would just be, like, you know, greased up for, like, rollerball hockey in the summer. Greased up. Yeah, you just put a stick of butter out there, eh? Oh, okay. Now, how would you describe that? You know, it's like, you just, like, ice it up in the... Like, what material will that be? It's like the shiny floor stuff. With little resistance to it. Lard? Well, it could be lard. Lard and syrup together is always a strong candidate choice, right? A little sneaky parking lot right there. That is cute, man. Yeah, I don't mind using the field again there, especially as we fill this in more. This either needs more density next to it, or it needs to be scaled down gently. Let's take the more density approach just to kind of like see how that gives us, you know, in the old fields department. And then maybe like my favorite Netherlands. Nederlande. There she is. And then our goal for this would just be like walking and a little bit of trees help fill in some of this. How incredibly cute and charming. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Not too bad, I say. All right, come back to that. Let's plop down over at the small town, that sports ball. I think we're in accordance here, eh? So that's going to have to be gently changed. I don't remember if we have buses on that yet. That's a negative Ghost Rider. Well, that's a good chance for us to expand then. Now, where did we see that stadium? Well, the Kansas City Chiefs play here. Oh, cool. It's also known as the loudest stadium on Earth with a Guinness World Record. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Wow. Well, good for you guys for bringing the hype, eh? Yeah, let's move that over more. And I feel like that should be a little bit wider down there with the boulevard. The one I mean only had football posts. You mean like, oh god. Yang, what track we talking about, eh? Like over here? I am blind. Okay, so chuck this one in. Absolutely. Bro, that is wild. That is wild. Maybe we want that to line up, though. So we could, like, rotate this, perhaps? Across from baseball? Like, over here? What am I looking at here? So that's hockey. That's clearly baseball. We got our soccer over here. We got basketball and then a running track. And then just the old, like this one? Oh, yeah, eh? Oh, yeah. Huh. Maybe I'm missing something for that one. Huh. I never noticed that, eh? I think there's 2 assets that have that now then. Yeah, I feel like the play is to line that up, right? Ba-dum-bum. Or have this one like go into there, right? Hmm. That road becomes wider. I always preach, like, you don't really want to be putting this kind of stuff in as, like, an afterthought, but this could be, like, you know, good storytelling for, like, the organic growth. Like, we went for broke here, trying to compete with the big city to get people to come, like, hang out, spend the night, do a little staycation. You know, you don't need to go all the way over to Europe or whatever. Come visit your nearest small town, right? Yeah, that's a cute idea. Oh, and bonus points. That does fit under the bridge correctly. And then we're 10 hours later, but I just noticed that that's not on, of course. As is tradition, Jedi does not notice anything until it is too late. Yep. Also, how dare you? It'd be cool if people could add roof canopies to the stadiums. Yeah, that'd be fun. This one's made after a real stadium, so this won't be like an open air. Or if you had like a retractable roof, like Skydome. 20 years later, we're still calling it Skydome. Rogers. Those crazy sons of guns. I never realized that this one doesn't line up again with that one, eh? There. That solves that a bit better, right? You want to spread all the stadium out to different towns? Well, yeah, sure, but like the main draw of the small town here now for sports would just be like this guy, right? Otherwise, you go downtown for the major league. There's got to be more than just like sports, you know, as a reason to come out here, though. As much as the sports enthusiasts would argue with me, you know? And like, what would that be, I wonder, for us over here? Like a little nature preserve would be kind of cute. Camping ground, hiking grounds. You know, like the thought of like get away from the loudness of the city, right? To the loudness of the small town. Voted the loudest stadium on Earth. Guinness World Record holding. Wait a minute, we're selling 2 different stories here. I don't know. I'm not going to scale it back. We just need to like have the small town match this energy. That is a massive endeavor though, isn't it? I like it. We went for broke on this. I like it. It needs a few more like city-esque elements in here that feel maybe old-timey. Otherwise, throw in some parking. Let this kind of just like, you know, simmer. And let's just continue pushing through the city. Because we got to just check a whole bunch of boxes and a whole bunch of neighborhoods. Mainly catching up with education. And then circling around again, and then just doing, you know, like police, health, death care. Making sure the city is still functioning as we kind of have our, like, fun monologuing and, like, doing these big projects. I don't necessarily like that this ends like that. Without this maybe being a one-way. I love it. Okay. You got it. so hard to stay focused. I don't know, man. This game is just such a fun thing to get like lost in visually. Like we're kind of cooked for transport fever, right? I'm just gonna spend all my time just watching that game, I think, when it comes out. All right, well, I'll take that. Kind of makes more sense for the road flow. And we got some room now to build up some like nightlife entertainment around here. Kind of a cool transition for the sake of the noise as well for these guys. Yeah, throw in some parking lots and then onward and upward we go. I meant roofs over the fan field. Still open air like Manitoba and Sharana. Well, it just depends on the stadium, but yeah, big upgrades would be cool. Would not be opposed to that. Customization as well. Underground parking, overground. Oh, these are different underground options. Cute. There we go. They're individually fenced off, though. Oh, that's slightly off. Interesting. Swear to God, this game and it's like 89 degree, you know? Okay. Okay. That's a lot of stadium, isn't it, though? All right, so a little bit more parking, but we'll find a way to better, like, work that in. And the draw distance, I wish that was better, eh? Huh. But yeah, like hotels, nightlife, swing back around, but please stay on target for your schooling. Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean draw distance? So, like, the stadium, see how it's, like, gray from this perspective? And then all of a sudden I get close enough to it and it renders in. That's the distance at which it's, like, kind of, like, drawn. I can see. I wish that distance was further. So, you know. Accomplishes the goal, but might maybe kill the vibe slightly. But I like it for its size, though. But this is kind of killing me. Oh, my days. No, I like it. I like it. Let's make it work. I don't want to keep, like, second guessing, you know? Gotta be moving forward here, buds. All right. So, swinging in with another school or two here, eh? Near the mall. Beautiful setup we got over here. How do you not have car access? That lights asset have lights on it. I don't know. I do want to do a day-night thing later, though, because I have a nice, beautiful bridge. Okay, that's a high school. So let's do another elementary up here. Oh, this is like the power line corridor, isn't it? It is. Can I change that extension wing? Oh, nice. Oh, it can be sandwiched into that one. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I'll do that with it. And so yeah, parking lot. Going for a little bit of that tree vibe. Much needed like green canopy space as well for the city. All these like hot summer days, you're just so appreciative of just like good, beautiful old trees. They're just doing their job, creating shade, you know? Quite work. Is he somewhere into this part effectively? Just do that. The beaver guy, whatever his name is, has made 2 mall assets. Correct. I believe I have them both in here and placed. I might be thinking of one of our Twitch cities. All right, it's working. Office demand is literally going up. It actually is working. The low-key goal here is get people educated, get them educated at all levels, get them interested in office stuff, get the offices to pop off the skyline. An office product selling products to each other makes so much money that you reinvest in your city. You lower taxes for your people are happier. That's phenomenal, dude. That's literally happening right now in real time. Very good. Ronaldo, hey man. Dude, Ronaldo, it's such a good time to come into the game. Like the developer Colossal Order, like I'm just shocked that they're gone. But the Ice Flake people have been doing a phenomenal job. They put out another little like word of the week thing this morning. Next thing they want to try to tackle is making assets, mods, all that like a smoother, better, more efficient process. So fantastic. And the workshop now has like 28,000 items and climbing daily. So like, heck yeah, dude. Okay, what is this stuff here, eh? You are mixed? No, high density biz. Oh, okay, never mind. They don't seem like they're tall enough, though. It just feels intimidating, but it shouldn't. But we just have so many, like, oh my gosh, every block just has like an open something that needs to be filled. I can't fathom this actually being like a finished series at some point, but it's gonna have to be, right? We can't just keep on keeping on forever, right? As long as the computer like does not destroy itself from heat death, it'd be so cool to see like every nook and cranny feeling alive. And there's just so much more to do, and so much more like area to like build into that we haven't even like touched yet. Let alone trying to fix things like the harbor traffic, which still continues, right? It's a lot. It's a fun lot, but a lot. No Mac version. Well, Mac is the devil. Yeah, right. No, they had a Mac support for Cities 1. So it might happen with Cities 2, but I don't know why they don't have one already, eh? Okay, where are you guys going? Let's making issues here. Oh, you're going that way. Oh. I think the real question is whether or not it's going to be able to be run successfully on like the Steam home PC thing, because that could be like a jaunt into PC gaming. Highly recommend this game though. It's very fun. And there's not like a lot of competition either for the city builders. But every time I play this game, especially like towards the end of my like in air quotes session, all I ever want to do is just play for 5 more minutes. And it's the kind of game that in like 5 minutes, you're never going to accomplish anything that will ever fill and satisfy that like, oh yeah, dude, those 5 minutes were just what I needed. After 5 minutes, you're like, all right, I just need 5 more minutes, and then I'm done. It's like, are you sure? Yes. Okay, 5 more minutes, please. Like, And then there you go. You just keep on playing. And then some people work on the same city for like quite literally like years. And there's not like a lot of other games out there that just really do that. You know, the average game life cycle in 2026 does not feel like it's more than like 2 weeks. So for people to be playing games like this is years old now, right? What is this? It's an asset? Oh, whoa, National Bank. Whoa, dude, that's cool. Huh. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, near the roundabout system, or like right into the financial district. Oh, that's cool too, actually, right in there. As if that was like made for it. It's not a very tall asset though, and I feel like that might want a better view of the waterfront. Yeah, I see what you mean. Maybe maybe right here, so it's right next to the little bridge coming in. A little bit of the older timey stuff feeling over here. There we go. My god, Game of Shadows. Just lost in the darkness, eh? Guys, if you haven't already, drop a like if you could. You can drop a comment and say hello. Anything above and beyond, totally up to you. We're just happy that you're here. But our goal is just to get the word out. So anything we can do to get more people in, we appreciate. Telling friends. That's kind of it. I don't know. We got friends, right? If you tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends and then they tell 2 friends, it's quite a few people. Okay, and I feel like just like a little bit of parking maybe for the sake of the church. It's kind of boring, right? Yeah, a bit. It just needs something else to kind of sprucing it up. What was that parking lot? Right. For the motorcycles. Yeah, what would go next to the cathedral? You need like a really nice like garden set. This would be like beautiful flowers and stuff. Okay, I feel like, again, we're all over the place. And my goal was to fill in gaps and missing pieces and stuff, but I kind of want to keep working on the education. Put the garden down and then go back to education. This is how you kind of end up with all these like holes anyway. You've got these fun ideas you don't quite finish, but The longer we leave in between, the more intimidating it seems to feel. And we're trying to squash that feeling, you know? Like, it'd be kind of fun to be able to zone these. Like a passage park that was zonable, so you could set the length if you needed to. Yeah, ideally this bridge. I popped that down earlier in the stream. That one's got some nice purple neon lighting to it. Very cool looking. Okay, now we're cooking. There we go. Let's do 3 in the middle. And then little parquet pieces, maybe. Gosh, I just hope we get, like, Park Life DLC or some announcement for DLC. I'm just curious. I don't need it to be, like, expensive or anything too grandiose, but I just feel like, you know, that should be coming, though, right? It's always nice, too, because, like, the DLCs tend to usually bring, like, a big bump of the people back in. And then historically, for like Skylines at least, right? If they do a paid DLC, you get free content. And that's always fun, right? Oh, I wish we had like medieval guarding ground stuff. That could be an asset item that'd be nice. Park Life DLC would be excellent. Agreed. Yeah, I would support that. Like, the ability to kind of, like, you know, zone your own national park, build, like, camping grounds. And then if you could make it, like, zonable, so services were... Not zonable, but you know how we, in Cities 1, you could make, like, the boundary for it? And a very pleasant feature of that was you could plop down tram pieces, like tram-only tracks, and then have the park stuff attached to that, which was kind of fun. Cody, what up, man? First time here on the tube. Yo, thanks for tuning in, man. Well, I hope you're having a good day. We've been working on this city for quite a hot minute now. And I've got just so many bits and pieces and like pockets that are just so like unfinished. So I'm kind of just zooming around the city right now, putting in just bits and pieces. But we started off in this small town, and this ended up being like a pretty radical transformation. But the poor draw distance is going to drive me crazy on that, but... Ended up checking in a massive stadium to kind of be like the draw point for the small town. I've noticed that these custom trucks, I don't know what's going on. It's probably a mod or something, but everyone gets lost in traffic trying to get to this. So I'm going to delete this. I was watching this earlier, and traffic just stood at a standstill for like 16 years. That church is huge. It's the cathedral in Cologne. Very famous. Yeah, cute little expansion. Made our way over here. Everyone seems to have crashed their car. No one's cars are getting picked up, but... Oh, my days. And then, yeah, our dealings have taken us, like, right to downtown right now. We're just added in a few things. But my low-key goal has been to get people smarter so we can get more office towers downtown, and that's finally starting to happen. And I think I gotta find a like a garden set or something to go along the side here. A cemetery next to it, a custom cemetery would be kind of fun. I don't know if we have one that's the right size, though. Where is that? Not, I mean, sort of, but not really. If we move the bank... I wonder if it could maybe overlap slightly. Oh, you know what? It might be able to. Oh, Broseph Martini. You know what we could do is just move that road over ever so gently. Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays. I do 2 hours at a time. Just a little cheeky YouTube stream. And we've been working on this city now for like a hot minute. Yeah, that doesn't quite work. I love the idea of it, though. I love the idea of it, just not quite. And it's kind of fun, like, if it's up your alley, just going back and watching all the old episodes. I'm a little bit distracted. It's kind of my fun style, but it has been quite a journey to get to this point. Okay, maybe there's some more cemetery assets we can get from the workshop, but cute idea. But I'm still thinking, like, medieval garden set as well. But we like it, regardless. But let's own some more offices and let's keep on pumping up the education. Okay, high density offices. Could be a spot there. No, let's go in here. And then quite a few custom assets. No real mod list, but I'm happy to, like, talk about the asset or, like, try to track it down if you, like, DM me. Or ask ever so politely in a comment or something. The shadows. That's such a cool and, like, very, like, almost scary thing, eh? All right, along King Street. King Street's been set for heavy traffic in all forms, like pedestrian, public transit. Very high capacity street. The last asset in the list is a huge cemetery. This one, you mean this is the crematorium. Mr. Chase. Hello, my friend. No, I was hoping for whatever this one was, but like a little bit smaller to go with the church. Otherwise, this one, like, you would never know it's a cemetery. This is just a building, you know? Not exactly sexy, you know? On the left, oh, that one's still not the right size. It also has a church of its own. Okay, so some uniformity. Mr. Chase, how was your day? Welcome in. Maybe that's just a one-way. There we go. Yar, she be there, lads. But I want those to be bigger buildings, I think, instead of multiple. What map is this? It is. Let me look. The music stopping is so awkward. It is Coral Riches, which is a bit of a flatter map, funny enough. And so we've done quite a bit of terraforming. Like, we added this, which was like, oh my gosh. The water already existed, but it felt like it needed a like little national park and like mountain range. And so we're toying with the idea of trying to get like a hydro system to work, but spoiler, I accidentally flooded this whole area, and then we stopped the dam, and we're just in the process of, my God, it's so loud, filling it right back up. So fingers crossed that like version 2 works better, and this is supposed to like fill a nice little river chain through here. Give us a bit of separation between our small town and the big town. And then we have little airport too. And the seaport, I love this. We rebuilt this at some point. The traffic isn't great though. But my God, this is so fun, eh? It's almost like if we were to have a way from the bridge down to here too, that might help. Like you can leave that way more efficiently. Not a bot. Yo, what's up, dude? Not a bot. I saw the funniest meme ever. It was like, a post was like, I'm in like, you know, Bengaluru, like, what do I do? And it was like, like travel. And the first comment was like, leave for the airport now. You're already late. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, who do I share this with? Not a bot. I'll find that funny. If you were to slide the church over... Yeah, but I like the church being centered, though, eh? Have they even announced a DLC yet? Pipster, we were literally just talking about that, eh? The internet is so scripted. Yo, how was the Manor stream? It wasn't bad, dude. We did a Manor stream here on Friday, eh? Were you popped in for that one or the YouTube one? Or the Twitch one? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't know. We made the effort to make that kind of, like... You know, central to all that, right? I don't know. I don't mind that, but I think we can find some skinny gardens. Not the end of the world, too, if we end up taking the bank out and then putting a cemetery behind. It is, after all, just a bank. The YouTube one, we literally survived, and the, like, combat that happened, the off-screen adversary ended up scooping up the combat, and so we just went out looking for some and fought... one of the bandit camps, and all went well. So the city, like, survived. I think I'm going to continue it on Friday's stream, funny enough. All right, where are you? Highways. No, offices. Yeah, offices. Yeah, brother. Dude, to be a travel YouTuber, I watch a few people that go oot and a boot, but... Not about in a not so distant future. You never know, right? Oh, good job. I shall tune in Friday. Well, I appreciate you doing that. But yeah, the highway, Yang, for the port, the highway does go in. It's more like the entrance on the left. Like, this one doesn't seem to be getting used all that well. And there's the highway entrance, so you could theoretically get down. And I was kind of hoping for, like, a bit more usage, but... We could make our own little, yeah, spill-off highway that comes right into this. Cute, though. Huge progress, even just today, but my gosh, there's so much to fill in. And then how do you actually fix this, right? I think the meta would be to, like, encourage people... onto one-way roads here. I'm getting distracted again. No. Where is your seaport stuff? Am I blind? Oh, here it is. It's specifically like in and out of here. It's almost like that turn is like what's killing us. I just can't get like high volume of throughput. And then what is this guy trying to do, right? You meant to the right of where I am now? Oh, we got another like entrance over there that's kind of doing well. Otherwise, like the main one, it's a big bottleneck. And the real slow up is just like right here. How do you get people in this faster? You know what I think the meta would be? Use all of your available entrances and exits. So that would mean that we have to get rid of that side building here, this warehouse. And then the one-way system takes you further down, and then you loop. I love how, like, for like 17 times now, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let's just go focus on getting the education up, and then you can zone some offices. Literally 30 seconds later. Anyway, so here I am doing this now. Connect this road to the highway. Well, then I have to make a gate for it, though. And then how does the highway, like, you know, get into here, right? I'm just hoping this, like, cures the bottleneck, though. Like, just sever that link. Oh, golly. Because how does the game know, then, to go around, stop traffic, and then use all the availables? Let's just see what this looks like maybe in stages. And then we can fix and terraform, and then put that warehouse back in. Not too worried about storage, though. Quite a bit of storage around here. It's just in some, like, dream world. Yeah, people drive in. That's a faster in and out. Fantastic. Then maybe some go up and then use the next gate. Gosh, that already is better, eh? And that's a traffic light to help with these guys, sure. Oh my gosh, that is so much better already. It's not great, though. But them driving straight in like that also makes that look so much better. Okay, maybe a little bit of industry zoned. And then we can key wall like a walking path or something here. Or, you know what, to make me feel better about our offices, go on. What if we were to zone a little office area right here? I like to make that feel like it's like administration. As it probably would be, you know? Now, the other road off to the right where you just were, that place doesn't necessarily need highway just because it's not where, like, the port area is. Like, everybody wants to just load stuff on and off to this area right here. This is, like, the main traffic zone. And it's not like it's bad traffic through here or anything. It just happens to be, like, you know, the boats and everyone just come through this part. And then maybe, like, that intersection's killing us, right? It just seems like it's a little bit too much volume, but if we can get a little bit more, like, in more quickly, that might start to offset that a bit. Looks like it's already starting to. And then I think I need more of this to be open for two-way traffic. What a chill playlist, by the way. We finally found one that I enjoy. I'm a little bit finicky, eh? Oh, just a bit. Thank you for noticing. Not about. They have been trending a little bit later, especially the Friday ones, eh? Not about. There's a plan forming to try to get to TwitchCon. That would involve, like, another potential marathon stream. And just, like, the idea of having, like, more events more often, I think is kind of fun. The 24-hour stream was, like, genuinely a bop. It's just hard in the system, or I would do them like more often, you know? Two object height, and then I want that to be... Nope. I'll be on board with any events you have streaming in my mornings. Well, I appreciate that, dude. Not about you. Really are a gem, dude. Like, for real. I just kind of feel like I'm going back to the very beginning, which is, like, not a problem or anything, but you just got to go back to the basics and just kind of start fresh. Had so many just beautiful souls, like, continue to carry the torch and that kind of stuff, which I'm very appreciative of. We just got to get some new people going, though. And remind people, you know, from the old days, like, why they were here in the first place. All right, so just bringing this pathway across, cover that little bit of the terrain right there. Come on. Let us bring this out first. So 2 segments, and then I can press Control Z, and that should pop that one back in. Cheeky breaky. That's how you do me, though, game? Really? Oh, no. All right, 1 second. Try that again. More cargo rail is not a terrible suggestion. I don't think that's the way, though. Like, we have a nice rail system in here. The trains are doing well. You get trains, here comes some, right? Unless, like, did this get deleted, I wonder? The line coming in. No, it's still there. Oh, I've been in the back since your Old Cities 1 tutorials. Let's go, man. Chaz, I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate you coming in today. Even just chit-chatting, you know? Yeah, I'm going to try some Project Zomboid, as crazy as that sounds over here. And then we got Transport Fever 3. I was a little bit, like, worried about mixing some of the elements together, but I don't know if there's, like, enough within Skylines just to kind of, like, be, you know, the end-all to everything, to be a Skylines-only channel. Even if that would be, like, fun, you know? All right, Hotshot, what are you doing here? Well, I'm trying to get rid of that terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Pull up. That's better. Not about. We'll see you soon, dude. Oh, you mean around the city? Well, we got a few dots connected already. Like, small town talks to the other small town, which talks to, like, a cargo area near the big box stores. It just happens to be that I'm building, like, a big city, and, like, a byproduct of a big city is, like, big traffic. And I don't know if Skylines was, like, designed for this style of build, like one mega city project. It seems like the developers had in mind, like, you know, multiple satellite cities. And those all kind of, like, you know, have logistics and chit-chat with each other. What a strange... Oh, there we go. There we go. No, it's still... Come on. Some of the assets, like, generate terrain that, like, has to connect to other terrain. Others don't. It's such a weird... Okay. Well, the traffic icon's gone away, so I feel like traffic volume is better, but we're at, like, another standstill again here. Like, where do you guys want to go? It's just to effectively to leave, right? Oh, I put the wrong road in here. This is my fault. Lots of zoning squares there because I put the wrong style of road in. And I wonder if like a roundabout is the way. Transport Fever 3, Chaz, they've just teamed up with Paradox for publishing. I have an NDA with Paradox just for the city's products. And that's kind of gone like, as I've done more work with them, scaled to like just their whole umbrella. So in theory, I should be able to get early access as a byproduct of that, but I tried like, you know, bugging them directly, but didn't get in. Which is awkward because I was like in for like Transport Fever 2, so I don't know what I've done to change it, but... And I still get the emails for like the press stuff. It's like, here's what our content creators have been up to, and I'm like, oh, my heart, I could be one of them. So I have like so much FOMO. But that game for me is like just enough city builder that I enjoy it, but it's more of a focus on the transit, which I really enjoy. Like building like a digital model railroad town. I love that feeling. And a lot of the like other, I won't like name names, but a lot of like other creators for Skylines have early access already to Transport Fever. And so that should create some like spillover FOMO too. But that'll be cool though, right? And I don't know, that's one of those games that like the hype might be in the hype. Like when the game actually comes out, people might be kind of like, oh, okay. Because Transport Fever 2 is probably like one of the single like greatest like for what it is kind of games. If you want to build like a tabletop railroad model train sim that like spans the eons, you can start in the 1800s. Like that's just a cool thought, you know? Oh, I wonder, is this like the terrain is maybe different here? How do we do that again? That's terraforming, right? Yeah. Here. Is this textured? No. Okay. But I do need to terraform. Oh, for Pete's sake. And then Transport Fever 3, like, confusingly enough, this is going to be the fourth in their project. They had Train Fever, which was incredible. And then Transport Fever 1, which is like the sequel. And then Transport Fever 2, which is the third game. And then now Transport Fever 3, which is the fourth game. Which is like, oh. So that in itself, you know what I mean, is kind of confusing. But high hopes. And they haven't made like a bad product like in their whole, just, you know, whenever they do like an upgrade. It's always like so good you uninstall the previous version and never look back. And so if they do that again, then like, you know, bravo. And then the $1 million question, though, right? If Transport Fever 2 didn't blow up the franchise when that was such a good game and doesn't really have a lot of competition for the style of game that it is, which is kind of like a casual city builder slash, you know, transit empire building game, like, why would the next one do it? Will Paradox publishing them be enough to kind of set them aside? Oh, we can raise the parking lot asset. Oh, that's perfect. Yes, dude. All right, well, the traffic, that's so much better. But then what the heck's going on right here? I don't know. All right, so this needs to be the one way for further. That's going this way, so you don't interrupt the flow. And that's going that way, and then this is two-way traffic. Very cool. And that's a smarter corridor now, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was a volume issue down here. Go figure. Add one more entry point, you get more traffic flow, right? Yeah. Oh, would you get that? Yeah, look at that. Heck yeah, buds. All right. That is a tight turn to make. Ah, for God's sakes. A tight turn and an awkward lane change. Oh, brother. All right, we'll figure it out. Couple fun office towers. And then just enough time, swing back around, keep on adding some education, please. Got it. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, yeah. Oh, this is where the metro has the potential to expand to. Oh. You know what? I can't even remember how long ago we started this as an idea. Oh my days. Well, looks like you're getting an extension on the metro there, bud. Pourquoi? Yo, hey, man. Bonjour. Make homeschooling the norm. Oh, my goodness. In your city to save money. I don't know if you can even do that, eh? But they paused in, like, mauvais idée. Hey, je suis okay today. Un petit peu fatigué, mais je suis okay. And I'm, like, really, like, the content fire has been lit. I'm feeling, like, inspired. I feel like the pre-recorded YouTube content, that is kind of, like, the way. Okay, that's going to go a little bit taller. And then I learned something, which is fun. I don't know if we've passed this on yet to you guys over in this world. But this is kind of nifty, right? So the power line towers, they have the ability to go to a higher plane, which is cool. All right, well, my plan isn't really working here. But yeah, what I'm trying to say, though, is if you elevate your tower and get this to line up correctly, not only does it lift the power tower itself, but the power lines are taller. So it, like, lifts the whole wire system, which I believe was made specifically for what we're trying to do right now. And guys, pardon me, I don't really have much of a voice. We've been doing some long, fun streams on Twitch. The 24-hour stream of the day, like, ruined me. And it's been, like, wildfires IRL. I feel like I just have, like, no voice, so I apologize. I'm starting to, you know, come to the tail end of today's voice segment, right? Yeah, nifty. I like knowledge. Arm yourselves with some. So the beaver guy, whatever his name is, made 2 mall assets. Yeah. You said that, eh? I don't know if I have both of them down, but I definitely have, like, both of them downloaded. Does that literally just fit over top of this? Bro, no way, that's cool. I could believe that. A little loud, but a school sharing with the metro thing, sure. And then, oh man. Oh my goodness. A station somewhere in here. And then you've got to talk to downtown, I guess. Yeah, if we don't have the other mall down, we'll have to place that eventually. It is kind of crazy how, like, overboard the save file got with the mods and assets. Small elevated subway station. Well, why don't you want to live on top of that road? Trying to think. I feel like at my camp there was, like, homeschooled people. Otherwise, I went to like a like a public school out and about, so I don't really. Maybe I interact with someone like with air cadets. What is this mystery? What is this? Small elevated subway station. Perhaps there's just not enough room for this. Given all the extras we've thrown in here. Let's just redo that really quickly. Mr. Chaz, it's literally wild. Like, the first one had more assets, so I'd argue it was, like, easier to get more carried away, but it just seems like every single day is, like, another, like, oh, that's such a cool asset. Gotta get that one. It's only 27,000. I think this number I saw, 23, 25. It's below 30,000 assets total and mods, but that's going to jump soon. And assets are free. You just gotta just keep an eye on your RAM usage. Yeah, I'm so confused why that doesn't want to go over top of this road. Like, it does, but it doesn't. Is that maybe snap to road? Turn that off. Oh, there it is. Yeah, like what the heck, eh? It's not giving me the right, That's weird. Oh, please, don't tell me the road is crooked. Hang on. Hang on. Yeah, like, downloading too many assets, like, you know, carte blanche, your RAM will tell you when you're done. Otherwise, you just kind of keep on going, right? I can't get that last little bit of the movement. Yeah, it's just a little crooked. Well, let's see if we can make this work. And I believe our goal for this line is downtown. Yeah, it's just a little... How in the heck did you make that happen? Oh no, it's like this road doesn't, Huh. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. No, it's like this asset doesn't exist. As far as movement mod is concerned, it's like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. Subway station? No idea what that is. It's like there's no in between. I can pick like what end is going to be crooked. That might be a little bit nicer. But yeah, it's a little cheeky way to get downtown. Why not, eh? No, let's be honest with ourselves, dude. This station right here, like, subway stations are like $1 billion in 2026 to build. You know what I mean? Let's go one extra block. You can transfer your line over here. That makes it easier for line sharing, too. And so on this side of the highway in air quotes, this is where the stop should be. And then the argument can now be made for some more density in this pocket. And then we'll just push out with our buses, too. Oh, yeah. And that's a happy camper. Tenor. Well. Oh, no, don't you dare. It's such a fun feature, but I wish you could scale it back, because, like, Part of this is because of the mods and whatnot, but oh my gosh, the mess this makes sometimes, right? All right, delete that. And then, oh goodness. Let's get rid of that. And this is, pardon me here, not inconvenient to get to the metro, but I think that stop wants to either be closer to that one or further up here, so you can just walk a little bit more easily to the metro itself. Well, we'll just park it for the moment. I am losing my poor voice. This happens to be the tail end too, so it works out well. Let's grab a swig of coffee here. But yeah, pleasure again, as always. I have no idea where the time just goes, but playing cities is such a fun, chill, like, time sink. Like, we didn't really do that much. Oh, my heaven. Let me drink some coffee here. Let's start at the end. The biggest thing we did definitely was that addition to the stadium and finally tackling traffic in the water, like, you know, the port area, the water port. Yes, quite, I do say. Yes, yes. Oh, coffee, fantastic. Yeah, for this to make sense, though, we do need to build up some more density. And then just have some, like, you know, reasons to come, like some events and stuff. And I think I want to try to find an expo center. Because an expo center in the small town, and then an expo center next to the airport would be kind of nifty. Takes about 10 minutes to load in. That's another point too, eh? For how long it takes you now to load to the game. You got to make your play session worth it. Not even like right now though, right? Just like watching the city. All I inherently ever want to do is just a 5-minute more feeling. But I can't do anything in 5 minutes that'll make that feel like it was like, oh yeah. And so what do? You play for 5 more minutes, right? All right, so Small Town saw some big adjustments, big changes, nice new neighborhoods, looking good. Happy about that. I still think this is the bee's knees, our big open air cut. Traffic is nice on the way down. Gotta fill this corridor, I think, kind of in next. Especially along the rail there. So high density, tying into our other stadium and our other train station. And then, yeah, it's a little bit more of a push for some of that school stuff. We like that. So onwards and upwards there. Happy, healthy students making smart minds led to the creation of a lot new offices downtown. So that's cool. Skylines getting filled in. Definitely looking more like a city now instead of just all these missing pieces. Yeah, in around the church, that new bank. Waterfront traffic. Finally! This might be a bit much, eh? Maybe cool one of those, but... Finally, the waterfront, she's just humming, boys. Yeah, that curve and maybe one less building, but... I always feel like there's more to do. Which there is. So you guys come back again, eh? Friday, I think it's going to be some Manor Lords. The next Tuesday for some cities. And then, yeah, I'm going to start getting ready. I don't know if my voice is ready, unfortunately, for some YouTube recording, but we can get the rest of the stuff in play. But yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys again. Drop me a comment. Hit the like button. Like, go back and watch some other stuff. Hit those like buttons, too. We gotta get fired up here. We got some new friends coming. I feel it in the wind. So go tell some. And we'll see you guys soon, eh? Thanks for being here. Be hydrated. Be good. And we'll see you soon. Adios, y'all.